Hey scrappers, it's the Shark. What do you say we dive into this home security box and scrap it out, see what's inside there? Remember, you should always be on the lookout for the Shark, and the best way to do that is to like and subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell button so you don't miss a single episode. And make sure you tell your friends too so they can be watching out for the Shark. Alright scrappers, so it's Black Friday and we're scrapping instead of shopping. It is, this time we're looking at the AT&T Digital Life Home Security System. I've already opened it up somewhat. So you can see what we have inside is a board that's covered. And there was a battery. I've got the battery out already, so that's just going to go with our lead acid batteries. Alright, so we've got some insulated copper wire here. Some antennas. And, nice little bunch of stainless hardware on here. And that's what you would expect with a security system. It's you want to make sure it's not getting rusty and things like that. This board says FTC, so I'm assuming this is a transmitter, a wireless board, and it had the antennas on it, so that's the logical conclusion there, but it's not coming out, so it's held in underneath of that one. So we got to get this board out of the way before we can get this one out of the way. So we've got gold pins inside of these connectors, and this cover plate should come off relatively easy, I'm thinking, from the looks of it. I'm hoping. Of course, it wants me to get that board out of the way before I can get to that last turn type pin, you know, one of those ones where you just straighten it up. So there's a little board that we had to get out of the way. It's got some gold flashing on it, and underneath of this plastic is a little bit more, so you know, definitely low grade unless I just strip it all the way and keep it myself for the gold flashing. So this board is more interesting than I was actually expecting, to be quite honest with you. We've got a gold cornered BGA, a couple more BGAs, some flat packs. We've got a number of antenna boards coming off of it, an oscillator, one of the small ones, some multi-layer ceramics, MLCCs, multi-layer ceramic capacitors, MLCCs scattered all about, push buttons that may have silver in them. There's another oscillator there. So this is a pretty interesting board. Like I said, more interesting than I was actually expecting. And there's another BGA underneath of, that's probably aluminum. I'll get my magnet and check it. But another heat spreader there. So another BGA. Pretty nice little board. Let's see what's underneath of some of these guys real quick. Since we're here, I test all this hardware to see what's stainless and or not. This board here, just a little transmitter board, but it's got the where the pin connects, it's gold, so we'll pull that off for the gold. And let's see what's underneath here. We can get underneath of there easy enough. Yeah, just some ICs. Yeah, just some ICs under there, so we'll peel that all the way off, and oh, look at that, there's a gold-edged crystal oscillator in there. Or oscillator, I'm assuming crystal type, so little gold-edged oscillator in there as well, so that's pretty nice. And then of course the gold fingers. Alright, and then we're going to get this board out. Another antenna connection type board, so maybe we've got another one of those gold-edged oscillators in there. And it's interesting, we've got, well, that pin is gold plated and that pin is not, so not sure what's up with that. Gold fingers, gold flashing, and then some covering over what I'm sure is just going to be some other little little chips under there. But that popped off pretty easy. So yeah, there's a BGA and some more chips under there. And then one more of those antenna type boards. I'm sure this one's going to be very similar to that other one. We've got the gold fingers on it. We've got some tiny little BGAs that are already exposed. And what do we got hiding underneath here? Another BGA. So we got these gold plated connectors, the gold fingers, the gold edge, and a BGA. Just a, cute little board, I guess we would call it. And then this board's got some nice stuff on it, but I'd have to... I'm going to have to take this metal off of it. My yard is going to get really bent out of shape if I try to take it in with that metal. Otherwise, I'm sure they would take it as at least a mid-grade. And I'm going to take off these brass standoffs so that I can get the brass off of it. Plus, the yard will want me to anyway. So there's a bunch of those on there. Nice little brass standoffs. All right, so let's see. Going on here, we've got another board hiding underneath of here. So let's go in and get that. And it looks like so that's I'm sure that's going to be brass, but I'll check it and make sure. Okay, and then we've got another board. Well, little micro, and some more cabling underneath there. So let's go ahead and see what we got hiding underneath of this lid. All right, so that's kind of a power board. Pretty nice looking power board, actually. You know, I might be able to get away with, once I take this off and maybe pull off the copper coils, I might be able to sell that as a mid-grade board. It's got some big chunky MLCCs. It's got some ICs and some BGAs. So that might be able to go as a mid-grade board once I take off all of this metal. All right, and then that let me finally get at this. And there's a bunch of screws on the back of here, so let's go ahead and get at those and get that out of the way. So, some insulated copper wire. That's just a little piece of steel there. A nice little board here. Let's see how you want to come out. There we go. So this was the board that had the antenna connectors on it, and flat packs, a tiny little gold-edged oscillator, another one right there. That's a really tiny one. Another tiny one. Never seen such tiny gold-edged oscillators, and some ICs and some flats. So I don't know, we'll see. After I take those gold edge oscillators off of there isn't a whole lot there, so I'm thinking I may just depopulate this whole board and process it for the gold flashing, you know, with my gold fingers or something like that. Anyway, we'll see. All right, so, and then so you can see we've gotten at the good stuff. Let's take a look inside one of these and see what that's all about. There we go. That just lifts out, and that's nothing. That's just plastic holding the pieces of the antenna, so we'll pull that off. I'm thinking that's probably, well, I'll find out what that is. Maybe stainless? Let's see here. Let's see if we can pull a piece off and give it a quick hit with a magnet. We'll just cut off a little chunk of it real quick. Magnetic, we'll just pull those off of peel those off of the board, and so we'll just peel all that antenna stuff off of there and put it in with our small pieces of metal. And that is about it for this scrap. We've got some ferrous, some more insulated copper wire wrapped around the ferrous. We've got these heads. Some of these are gold plated, some of them are not. They're probably brass. All right, so there you go. That's the security system. Couple of possible mid-grade boards and some brass. As you can see, it was not a whole lot to it, but still maybe a couple mid-grades and steel and some insulated copper wire, some gold edge crystal oscillators, and a few little chips here and there. But given that it was free, picked it up off the street, the price was right.